positive, but it was like a shock, like a visionary shock of like, ah, shit, you know what I'm saying, these people are like, you know what I'm saying, going through things and going through stuff. So Omaha back in the day was like a high refugees.
Repeat that, please.
I would say Omaha was a very high refugees center.
Destination.
Destination. That's the word I'm looking for. Destination. Majority South Sudanese.
Shout out to South Sudan. Drop a Kush bomb.
So what I got from learning from that was I had a group of refugees that moved across the street from me. They didn't know a lick, you know what I mean? They didn't know anything from.
And what year was this, by the way?
I'm not a historian like my guy Kush over here. So we'll go with
like late 93,
94, 95.
What grade were you in?
We'll go with middle school. That's when I was. Reason why I say middle school because you get a lot of comprehension in middle school, and I wouldn't say elementary or anything like that because I
probably wouldn't even know the difference. Like,
exactly, I would have said I wouldn't even know he was African.
So like early 2000s.
I would say like 2000 and 1999.
Okay.
Yeah, so around there. We have a group of Sudanese that moved across the street, and they just put them all in one house. I would say it's like 2 or 3 families there.
Yeah,
like hard, hardcore, and they didn't have no sense of direction of what to do. You know what I'm saying? They'll just wake up and they'll just like it would. I wouldn't say they'll sit there, but when you have no direction and you're in a new country, it's kind of hard to like. All right, I need to go find a job. It's like I need to like what do they eat over here? What, you know what I'm saying? Y'all used to go into a market. There's a difference between a market and a grocery store.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If this is out, if this is out, you gotta wait till next season. Grocery store is a whole different thing. Like this is out, I'm going to a different grocery store. I ain't never coming back here.
Yeah.
So I can see it in their eyes how culture shocked they were. You know what I mean?
Like we
so
can eat all the time, anytime. Like,
yeah. So like,
not that we don't have food back home.
You know, I mean, not that you don't have food, but like the gluttony levels is way different from you know what I'm saying, there and here. That's a different topic, but we can see in their eyes of confusion. You know. Yes, like they had help, like, you know, so they have like there's a program they were in, so they had people to come by, check on them, drop some food off. The fuck, they was dropping food off that they don't know nothing about.
Tater roll casseroles.
Come on, now.
Goulash.
Come on now. Just
clam chowder,
talking about some
mayonnaise.
Put this in the microwave on 2 minutes. On 2 minutes,
Gross.
and you'll be cool.
Gross.
They looking like the microwave. Like, I'm not trying to say like we're done. Like, you know, say Africans are done.
We literally cook our food.
They cook their food. You know what I'm saying? So
that beef stew.
One of the positive things that like me and my mom did, and we brought food to them. Like, you know what I'm saying, some chicken.
There we go.
You know what I mean? Something that you could create.
Wait. You want to repeat that? You and your mom. Wait.
Yeah.
You and your mom would bring food to people that you don't know.
You know, we brought it like maybe 2 or 3 times. I'm not going to say that,
but still, though, either way,
like it still was a culture like in between.
No, but still, either way, at least one point, you guys said we don't know this family. We're gonna bring food from our home into theirs. And
just to go off what you said, I'm trying to. So you're making it seem like, you know what I'm saying, we're like these saviors and everything like that.
No.
I'm gonna bring it back to you. What we were, it was more like out of like, we felt desperation for them. We felt sad for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like,
you're trying to be friendly, like friendly neighbor. That's what the method.
We felt sad.
That's interesting.
You know what I mean? So, and like, I'm not trying to say like
sympathy and sorrow.
Yeah, sympathy and sorrow. You know what I mean? Like, dang, these guys just got plucked out of the country because from what I'm hearing, is, you know what I'm saying, it's all kind of wars and stuff like that, and
so stuff that you heard in the media. Yeah, that's like, what painted your guys' image.
Fake news.
Refugees. What comes to your mind? Refugees mean
nothing positive.
Nothing positive. War.
Below poverty.
You're leaving home.
Below poverty.
Leaving home for whatever reason, why. That's a different story. But you're leaving home. You're not home. That's the end of the story. So,
what was the reaction, by the way, when you guys dropped that?
It was like the first time. I think it was more welcoming. But then I like that culture division started to come in when we couldn't give it all the time.
Yeah. I mean,
you know what I mean,
it's not.
and that's like, and one thing I love about the culture, like, you know what I'm saying, learning from you guys, and, you know what I'm saying, just growing up and actually doing my own research and actually, you know what I'm saying, gaining my own knowledge, not
Yes,
just
sir.
the Western hemisphere knowledge of what they portray and everything like that, but, you know what I'm saying, doing my due diligence of gaining my knowledge is like the family aspect and the togetherness that of, you know what I'm saying, back home in the motherland is what's lacked here. So we wasn't like, to them, oh, that's our neighbor because we did it once. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
It's expected.
That's our. It's not even. It's.
Well, for them, I mean,
I wouldn't even say expected, because I don't want them to look at it as in a bad way. I look at it as in just how culture is. We lean on each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like
we're African people are communal people.
I wouldn't even. I feel like expected is a bad word. It's just like we lean. Like
You gave them a shoulder to lean on.
and you give and we give.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At the time, just at that time, they weren't able to give.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But that wasn't that. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't the fact of that wasn't a problem. The problem was we weren't able to give a lot. Still being that we were still a poor, low income black family also. Here in America. So we gave what we could, and when we couldn't, that's when the distance like kind of like
created started.
Yeah, so it wasn't like, oh, you know, F them, F you, you know, it was like the gestures changed.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? The feelings changed, the moods changed, and everything like that. From like if we was outside barbecuing, we ain't got enough for your three families. And I'm not trying to say it's like a bad thing or anything. Everybody have their own situation. So I'm not trying to paint my picture bad, but we just didn't have it. You know, so we, you know what I'm saying, if it was a birthday party that we were celebrating, we couldn't
Extend an invite.
we couldn't extend an invite to everybody over there as badly if we wanted to, you know what I mean? We couldn't put them in situations to help them out. And that's what's the saddening part about it. And that's like and when you ask me the question, that's like yes, it was positive because I got to experience that, you know what I mean, at an early age.
Yes.
But it's also like a lot of stem of negative because how divided we were.
You see, this is a interesting thing, bro, because I've wanted to discuss these things because I've been in such situations where, like, for example, me being a refugee myself, I came here as a refugee when I was 3. The family that sponsored my family to come out here, eventually they were not far from where we were.
Right.
You know? Now, them being our sponsorship and being our guide to be able to come over here,
That don't mean nothing, does it?
it doesn't mean anything, but little did we know.
Yeah.
Because at the time, all we seen was the fact that we came from the refugee camp and the family was willing and had an open enough heart to sponsor us to come here. Now, once we get here, it's, okay, now you guys are here.
You got to submerge in my culture.
Exactly. Now, this is how you do things. This is how it goes. Like, that's how my dad, I mean, he came here at a certain age, so he never put education in his mind as a totality, but he used it as a vehicle. Like, eventually, boom, I'm going to become a citizen. I'm not going to get no degree. I mean, my years are used up in where I came from. But I can at least show you that I'm going to become a citizen. Your mom's going to become a citizen. This, that, and so forth. So, like, how did you feel as a kid observing that? Did you feel a sense of sorrow? Or did you feel like, you know what? Hey, bro, you got to get it on your own, just like everybody else.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing. Like, I felt like that at the beginning. I felt like, because you gotta think about it. All right,
Yes, sir.
coming from our point of view, our eyes, you know what I mean, we've been here so many years and we struggled in a sense, you know what I'm saying, with slavery, all that jazz and everything.
Not
like
a
that.
sense. Y'all struggled for real.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So we have refugees that come over here that's starting off with more than, that's being given more than they're giving the people that was here. So that in a sense,
Kush bomb.
that in a sense started a riff.
And you guys could see that.
You know, you can see that. So like, there's how many African stores
In Omaha, you're saying?
in Omaha, and that's from markets to anything, right?
Yeah, barbershops, nail salons, hair braiding. Mm-hmm.
It was, in a sense, easier. In a sense, it was easier for them to get that than someone else that's been staying here.
Imagine.
And that's what created a rift a little bit. Not knowing that now I'm grown, there's certain programs, you know what I'm saying, that helped them out with that. There's certain things that helped them out with that. You know what I mean? When I'm grown, I can see things from a different perspective. I can put myself in other people's shoes, and I can like, just because they had that doesn't mean make it easy.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? They had to jump through hoops. Person probably didn't speak their language. You know, there's a million things that you can go through. But when I was younger,
used to see that, and
I used to see like I'm walking,
Yeah.
and I see someone of African descent
Driving a V8.
driving a new car. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Driving a new car.
Yeah.
And speeding, don't know how to drive, just, you know what I'm saying, pushing that mug.
I seen that last week.
So, you know, in a sense, it's like, dang, they don't even care about the people that was already here. Like, they get to start off with a foot above, not knowing
Yeah.
where you came from, what you just went through. You know what I mean?
No.
You know, you can be the only one that came from your whole family. Your whole family could have been child soldiers, and you could have been the only one that made it out.
Imagine.
You know, imagine. You know what I'm saying? Imagine. So when we talking about bridging the gap, right? We're talking about bridging that thinking that I had to the point where I have like, all right, bro, I don't know nothing about them and where they came from or anything like that. And it's crazy. I'm tearing up talking about this because it's so serious.
Discussion, man.
It's
it really
like,
is, brother.
Because when you have this gap between us of not knowing, that's when the rift comes in. You know what I mean?
That's deadly.
You know, when we talked about this with Dr.
Achuoga.
Yeah, we talked about this. It's off. It's off.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lost tape. Yeah,
I still have it though.
Shout out to Nas.
But
Lost archives.
Yeah, it's when you have this rift between two of knowledge of, I don't know your process of thinking, survival. You know, am I going to eat the next day? Where am I going to stay? My own, you know what I'm saying, my own people running me from my land that I've been on generations. I got to leave to from one other side of knowledge. We was brought to this land. They didn't want us here. They still don't want us here. They don't want shit to do with us. Excuse my language.
Speak freely.
They don't want nothing to do with us. They don't even want to give us no leg up. But they want to bring refugees here.
Imagine other black people.
Right.
That, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If it was like, if there's a connection, if there's a bridge, there would have been, you know who would have been running those programs? Us.
Yeah.
Imagine.
If that was really bridging a gap, it would have been us. Yo, Kush, when you get over here, bro, all right, white people gonna talk to you stupid.
Right.
Don't slap them. That's rule one. Number one.
Right.
Kush bomb.
You know what I mean?
Kush bomb, brother.
You know what I'm saying?
I love this so
you're gonna
far.
be hit with a lot of BS.
Yeah.
Just because you're black and you're African.
Yeah.
Now it's
it's a
two times.
dichotomy.
Now it's two things. You know what I mean? So you get it from both ways. Your people and other cultures, other races. If we have that person to sit down that of the same color that's actually bridging the gap, then we wouldn't be where we at right now, which is now starting to bridge a gap.
So just to kind of touch on a couple of things you said, Eric. Number one, in the intro episode, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. I mentioned that I was joking, right? I wasn't joking, but it was a funny moment. And I said, hey, when our African-American brothers come to our houses, they say, hey, all you Africans have nice houses, right? That's like a common thing, right?
The interior decoration.
Interior decoration. And I never really understood what they meant. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like,
It's you guys take care of. You value stuff at a certain point more than we do.
Yeah.
Can you give an example, Eric?
Yeah, please, bro.
Yeah, please, because even me, I'm
Like
trying.
we're not trying to harass you with the questions.
no,
bro.
he's on the show.
Yeah, like, yo,
he
this
knows we
is-
ain't trying to
Ain't no
harass him.
harassing.
Yeah.
Ain't no harassing.
We just getting some straightening done.
Yeah, you can get to straightening, right?
Okay, value. I give you an example.
Yeah, sir.
Family in general.
Uh-huh.
You guys, like after we just got done discussing, you guys value family. How many times did you eat family meals at a table? Like
we
where
don't-
like
we always eat together. That's the
like
thing.
like
we always eat together.
your mom on your neck if you if you didn't make it to dinner time.
Because
Yeah.
like yo, you think you what
I
you
probably ate at a family table like probably 3 times
In your life,
in my life.
up until this point of 32 years of age.
No, because I made changes.
Yeah.
Okay. Before you graduated high school, how many
Yeah,
would
like
you would think?
probably 3 or 4 times.
3 or 4 times in 18
with
years.
my mom, my 2 sisters, probably 3 or 4 times. And
I gotta say,
that's what I'm talking about. Sitting at a family, not a family function, not no barbecue where
family
we all
setting.
we all sitting. I'm talking about sitting out at a table. How was your day? How was your day? It doesn't even have to be about that. Just sitting together,
just talking, communicating. Yeah.
No, we didn't y'all value traditions and family and stuff like that more than we do. You know what I'm saying? How many times have you fell out with a family member? Like,
Man.
is there anyone that you like? I know there's people that you don't talk to. You know, we all outgrow. You know, saying he's onto that, I'm onto that.
I get your drift though, my
But
brother. I hear
is
what
there
you're saying.
is there any family member that you just don't talk to?
no.
Our families won't allow that. You know.
Yeah, no, it's not even allowed.
I mean, I know we're busy and everything.
As a matter of
Right.
fact,
You're
last
right.
night,
Yeah.
not to put Warium's situation, but for those that don't know, me and Warium are roommates. Aside from coming to America almost at the same time, we've been tight and we're roommates now. And long story short, somebody came to the house to resolve something going on with Warium and somebody else in his family. So that's how deep it is. It's we don't even get that opportunity.
Exactly. And it's so funny that you just said something. I'm going to point it out too. And it just goes back to what we were just talking about as far as what I'm saying, what portrayed me with the imagery that I have of Africans, you know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
You just said Coming to America.
Yeah.
That was one of the movies. That was the movie that we had to use as reference.
The Eddie Murphy joint?
You know what I mean?
Got you.
So Zamunda,
Yeah.
Zamunda King,
Next to Wakanda.
you know, gold, all this,
Yeah.
rose petals. So,
Yeah.
so
You are
when-
my queen to be.
you know what I mean? So when we say when you say you know what I'm saying, when we got those as references as oh man, these guys is coming over here, you know what I'm saying?
To
They
sow our royal oats.
see, you know, to soil royal oats and everything like
Use
that.
your imagination on that.
They don't really mess with us, you know what I'm saying, like that. So
Ah.
that's what the imagery that we were getting
Okay.
and installed into us at a young age, not knowing that, at one point, we knew we was all Africans. That's installed to us. I give you that. I give you that. But where am I from?
Right.
Y'all tell me every day, oh, you look like you from this. You look like you from that. Or you look like that from that.
Right.
I should know that at birth.
Got you.
Drop a Kush bomb,
So do you
man.
think that you've been embraced?
this is really a deep episode.
by the African community.
He's asking
man?
a question.
Do you think that you've been embraced?
So your question is, do
you
I feel
that
like
you've been
I'm
embraced with your interactions with African people? That you've been embraced in those interactions.
It's more
the most
like
part.
I wouldn't even say embrace because we're supposed to be together anyway.
Right.
So embrace is it's something that's on the outside that you're coming in, right?
Have
That's
you
the
always
definition.
felt welcome
Welcome, yes.
from African families, African individuals that come